Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. I was trying to sit here. This is for you, Mr. B. I'm doing it right now. I'm checking the sound and all this just to make sure. I always have to do that because sometimes my computer resets to that low volume, then everybody gets upset. I want to give a shout out to Jeremy Hogan. I really appreciate this kind of stuff. I've had a lot of support since I lost my X account for no reason and with no warning, and I really do appreciate the Jeremy Hogans of the world for giving me support like this. Thanks so much. You know, we got one hell of a community here, so this kind of stuff means a lot. I appreciate it. Now, this kind of stuff means a lot too, because sometimes I love to listen to or watch a good train wreck, and Michael Saylor to me is the perfect train wreck. This guy is one flew over the cuckoo's nest crazy. Now, I don't disagree with him that Bitcoin is going to go up in value because of a lot of this stuff, but what he says here is just ludicrous. I mean, it's crazy. He's talking about Bitcoin's going to replace gold and all this. Listen to this. You got to hear it. It's pure entertainment. I'll give him that.
I think there's three big. Look, first of all, it's going up by a factor of 10 whether they fix any of the stuff, right? It's going to be a grind up by a factor of 10 just because gold is broken and Bitcoin's going to replace gold. And now everybody in the universe knows they need a non-sovereign store of value.
Gold is broken. Gold's been around since the Bible was created, folks. There's nothing broken about it. Now, that doesn't mean that Bitcoin won't be a good investment. I own a Bitcoin, but it's not going to replace gold, folks. And what has always concerned me about Bitcoin is that we know the government knows who created it, and why are they lying and trying to act like they don't know? That tells me one of two things: either they're going to allow it to live, or they have a plan to destroy it at some point.
A bearer instrument. So now they're looking, the amount of stories, for last year, people said inflation may be coming, we're not sure. Now the mainstream narrative is flipped to inflation is here, you need an inflation hedge. So it's going to grind up to replace gold. It'll go to $500,000 a coin, regardless of whether they fix these things. But there are three things that are massive catalysts that cause an acceleration. And I don't think that those three things don't take us to 500,000, they take us to 5 million a coin.
He's calling
right? Those three things are a spot ETF where someone can go ahead and buy $100 million of Bitcoin, buy a security, an ETF security. I think that's one. Two is your bank is going to custody it for you and lend against it. And three is I can mark it up or mark it down on my balance sheet based on fair value. Pari passu. It'll be pari passu to the way I'd handle Apple stock, or at least that good. If you have property with fair value accounting, by the way, it becomes pari passu to the way you'd handle treasury bonds on a treasury balance sheet. Treasuries are better than stocks because treasury is property, whereas a stock is a security, and you're capped out at 40% of your balance sheet as security. So it would be a major, major breakthrough if you saw any of those three things. And I'll end with this one observation. I tweeted this last week, but I think it's very powerful. It's if the banks can hold this stuff on their balance sheet, then a whole new class of investors are going to buy it. People are going to put in billion and multi-billion dollar orders to buy it as a treasury asset. Nobody's going to sell it because there's no reason to sell it if you can borrow against it at LIBOR plus or SOFR plus 50 basis points, right? So you'll be borrowing against Bitcoin at SOFR plus 50 or SOFR plus 100 basis points. No one's ever going to sell it. And then, as I joked, you won't be able to afford it. I mean, you will be able to afford it, but everybody gets Bitcoin at the price they deserve. When the banks normalize it and you can draw a $100 million credit line at 100 basis points from an FDIC insured bank, at that point, right, we're going to blow through the market cap of gold by a factor of 10.
Right.
So, I think the best thing is those three things are highly likely to happen. I don't know if they happen in 36 months or 24 months or 12 months, but I would be shocked if it's more than 36 months. And I hope, guys, it doesn't happen in 12 months, because my view is the longer it takes, the more progressive the grind, the more time I have to buy more of it.
And I think right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my goodness. Gold, it's gonna kill gold, folks. When I hear that, what I'm gonna do is my sponsor, Miles Franklin Precious Metals, code DAI Gold, info@milesfranklin.com. You email them or you call them to get the best pricing, 952-929-7006. Just because Michael Saylor said that, I'm going to buy some gold today. I just made my decision. I love this crypto bull chart. He brings it back every once in a while, but he makes a point that it really, I've kind of lived this for since 2013. I was there in 2018. And so when I see this chart, I just feel like, I've always felt like, because of everything that was done to actively and just try to stop Ripple and XRP, when this goes off, I feel like it's going to go nuts. And he makes the point, the XRP chart shows that on the way to huge prices, after the first major triangle, price exploded 95,000%. This time around, the triangle is even bigger, meaning a larger accumulation period. And folks, right here is what happened when everybody knew that XRP was the one that actually worked. The market knew, and I watched it. I watched it go nuts. That is why all of the bad guys stepped in. That's why all the lawsuits came. That's why all the FUD came. And this is how long it has lasted. All of these roadblocks have been removed one step at a time, including the SEC out of XRP and Ripple's way. And so what happens next? I believe what happens next is going to be freaking epic, and I will be here for that. Now, DC Fintech Week had former Ripple advisor Michael Barr on today. Let's listen to what he had to say.
We think about the role of AI in making sure that we have a fair financial system. So if we have AI that reproduces or worsens social disparities based on race or ethnicity or gender in our society, if it's trained on bad data or if it has algorithms that replicate that kind of bias in our society, that's very bad. If AI can be used to help generate better financial inclusion by using data in a new way to bring more people into the financial system, that could be a benefit. We also think about AI in finance. Obviously, today, most algorithmic trading is very widespread, and that is a form of using machine learning to engage in trading activities. That can generate, again, benefits in terms of efficiencies, but also risks in terms of fairness, in terms of concerns about market manipulation, in terms of efficiency on the other side. So we just have to watch in a very long-term way the potential risks and benefits of artificial intelligence.
All right, and then there was another clip. Listen to this.
We use lots of techniques to keep up with what's going on in the technology space. We do a lot of outreach. So we spend a lot of time, the staff and to a lesser extent me, just talking to people across the financial services landscape and in the business community to get access to what's going on in new technology. Of course, we talk to our supervised firms. Our banks are engaged in using technology to provide financial services to their customers. We ourselves are providers of technology services. We provide payments rails for the economy in conjunction with private sector rails that are offered. So we're very engaged in technology providing ourselves. And then we do research internally. We do policy research. We do basic research on the technology in-house as well. And that mix of things we use to try and keep up with what's going on around the country.
All right, interesting stuff.
Think
now
about the role of AI in making sure.
Let me get that off. Okay, this Crypto Insight UK apparently has gone to Swell. That's him with Naveen Gupta. That's him with David Schwartz. And here's a video. It looks like they're having some frou-frou drinks. I wish I could go. Looks like fun. Now, by the way, at that DC Fintech, tomorrow is the day. Brad Garlinghouse is going to be on stage. What's next for Ripple? A conversation with Brad Garlinghouse. And then as you go down, our old buddy Mike Novogratz, I wonder if he's going to be betting dimes to donuts on the future of exchanges. He'll be there. And then we're going to have good old Gary Gensler, a conversation with Gary Gensler. What in the world would they even invite the guy for? To talk about how he's tried to stop the entire industry that they're having DC Fintech Week about? What do you talk to? Why do you even invite the guy? That's what I don't understand here. All right, going off into DAI XRP, and today we're talking about Dr. Evil, and we're also talking about that country over in Europe that started World War II. And at the time, they used the N word to describe themselves. We're talking about that today in the private group. This all ties into this attempt to control us all, control what we say, censor what we say, and freaking probably censor everything about us, what we spend our money on and everything else. This has everything to do with crypto. Heading that way. Thanks for listening. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends at DAIXRP.com. We're going to talk today about, that Dr. Evil guy and the that country that used to be known as the people with an N word. Things we can't talk about here on YouTube. Check it out. Thanks for listening.